Gonna do a quick video on our stat system. We like to keep our league very competitive and all the teams equal, so we use a ranking system. Two ways to get to our stats: by clicking Wiffle Center or by scrolling down to our. It'll be 2017 stats, but we just click here, take it to the same spot. Bottom left, we'll have this video right here to explain everything, but I'm gonna go over our actual stats first, then I'll go over what each one of these means. So we'll just go over our 2016 player stats to start. We have three categories: general, batting, and pitching. Um, we'll start with pitching. So for 2016, obviously we have this for all of them was ERA. Everyone knows that we do it based off 6 innings. So Matt gave up 1.11 runs per 6 innings last year, which was the lowest. This is opponent's batting average. We had three guys right at 190, 191 last year. Austin Gibson, But so this is opponent's batting average. We don't have walks, so we have a different style. Well, we have walks, but it's not considered a walk. It's considered a hit, so we don't have a slugging percentage. But the average is there. This is total innings pitched for the season. Runs allowed. Home runs allowed. You can scroll those. Total strikeouts for the season. Total hits allowed for the season. Oh, and another thing I forgot to add is I got the average in there, so you could see, strikeouts. Jack was right above the league average. Neil was right below it. Double plays, wins, losses, saves, and blown saves. Every time you go into the final inning with the lead, it's a save opportunity for us, no matter if it's 1 or 40. So some of our saves and blown saves are kind of out of control, but I feel like in wiffle ball you can score so many runs, and we force the batter to have to pitch the whole inning. You can't take the pitcher out, so I feel like even if you're up by 10, you got to shut them down. So those are pitching stats. Batting stats, simple batting average, slugging percentage, ribbies, runs, home runs, strikeouts against, hits, at bats, double plays, singles, double, triples, total bases. So all the batting stats are pretty simple. Same thing, we got the average and the totals for the league for that season. And then the thing that is unique for our league is our general stats. Obviously, the games played, wins, losses, ties, that's all normal. But these five categories are what makes our league unique. So pitching is I take some stats from pitching and I come up with a ranking system. And for all five of these columns, 30 is the league average. So if you're at 30 or above, you're above average. You'll see that between 30 and 40 is above average, and then 40 and 50 is really good, and then above 60 is like elite. So 30 is average, but pitching is basically pitching stats. So this column is just for pitching. You'll see who's above average pitcher and who's a below average pitcher for that season. Batting, same thing. It's 30. If you're over 30, you're an above average pitcher. If you're below 30, you're an under average pitcher in our league. And then the ranking is both of them combined. So it basically takes your batting and your pitching, adds them up, and divides them by two. So you can see if you're above 30, I'm like right above the best two-way player. Jake Van Vuren's right under the best or average two-way player in the league. So you can see how you react to the league is from a pitching, batting, and from both through these three. Qualify is in its own it takes your at bats and your innings pitched and gets them across the league. So if you come a lot to play, you'll get a higher qualify. You need in 30s the same here, but you have to be above the average of 30 to win awards at the end of the season. So Jared barely was above. Jordan was just below. Kevin was just below. They just missed being able to get those awards. And this uses the playoffs as well. So if you get knocked out, you'll have a lesser chance of getting qualified in the first rounds. But if you make it to the championship, you'll get more experience. So yeah, you get a year of experience if you're over. If you're over 30 as well. So if you're under 30, you don't get a year of experience. But that's also on a 30 average. And then the all is the Mr. Leroy. The winner of this is who wins Mr. Leroy, and the top 5 are the all Leroy team. But it takes your qualification and your ranking and divides it by 2. And this is the stat that I like because attendance is big for our league and coming up every week. Otherwise, you get stuck with players that you're not used to, and you get stuck with different free agents. So this is the most important thing. If you're over 30 here and over 30 here, you're an all-star. So you want to try to get over 30 on both of those. And that's pretty much it. This ranking is your salary. So if you're not signed, this is what it takes to sign you. And next year, when the draft comes, owners will sign players based on this right here. So based on your actual skill, which makes our league very competitive because we have a salary cap of 126 and the average is 30. So usually you get like a 40, a 30, a 20, and a 10 or something, and you try to get the best fit with different rankings. So that's our SAT system. I'll go back and show you the 10 different categories. Obviously, these are the years for players. These are the years for teams. This is career as a player, and it has the same thing. So this is who's been the best batter, Cody Martin. The best ranked players, Caleb. But this is for career. Total games played in 3 years, 44. Who's participated the most? Obviously me. But then you got total batting for the 44 players who's hit the most home runs in their career. Same thing with pitching. Then career single season is everyone's season up against each other. So you can have Andrew Sitter's 2014, 15, and 16 season are all up against each other. For every single one of these. You can see who hit the most home runs in one season, who hit the most hits in one season, who had the best batting average per season, things like that. So that's all a season records. Who had the most strikeouts in a season, all that sort of thing. So it's kind of a different leaders. It's almost like a season leader rather than a career leader. And it's the same thing for teams. So this is career team stats. So this is every season of a team, and they do the same ranking system, but there it's 120 average instead of 30 because there's 4 players on a team. So your teams, if it's above 120, is above average. But this is every team's season. So how many home runs as a team's hit? The Sultans had 79 last year, which was the most. Superstars had 58. Same thing with pitching, and I got the average in there too, so you can see what the average is for home runs for hitting a season. But then I also have career franchise stats, which is the franchise as a whole. So total games. Jordan Mosell's backdoor sliders has played 3 seasons, so they've had 50 games. And you can see the home runs for the franchise. Obviously, Kevin Voges is 125. So that's about it for the stats. I'm running out of time, but basically got everything covered. Yep. All right. Thanks.